God says He has been whispering to you through signs and you did not notice, the soft echo of His voice in your dreams, in the pauses between your thoughts, in the trembling moments when your heart seemed to beat too hard for no reason, and now He lifts His voice louder through Michael, who cries out not with anger but with an aching sorrow, because only you are blind to what happened last night, and yet heaven has watched every detail, and nothing has been hidden, and nothing has been erased. And the truth, though hidden from human eyes, has been preserved like a scroll sealed in fire, and now God says this is your final chance to understand before the scroll unseals itself, before the moment passes, before the last 5 minutes slip through your fingers like grains of sand that no hand can hold back. He says, listen to the tremor in your own spirit, because that tremor is not anxiety but the thunder of His message arriving. He says, do not think this is coincidence. Every time your eyes fall on these words, it is heaven shouting at you gently but firmly. Michael weeps because you still walk as if blind, because you think you have time, and heaven knows how little time is left before certain doors close, not in punishment but in divine justice, because what was done last night was very bad, and God says it cannot stay hidden much longer, and the hidden thing is like a stone thrown into still water. You did not see the hand that threw it, but the ripples will touch you if you stand still. God says the one who tried to block you, the one who whispered lies against you, thought they had succeeded, but heaven does not sleep, and Archangel Michael stood between you and a blow you never even saw, absorbing it with wings of light so you would not be destroyed. Michael cries out because you still do not see how close you were to ruin last night, how near the darkness came to your door, how someone in a hidden place spoke words against you, words that were meant to close the path of blessing that was about to arrive, and yet God intervened. God says you must not take lightly the intervention of heaven, for every moment you live now is a miracle bought by His hand, every breath is a testimony. He says the reason you feel restless is because your spirit is trying to remember what your eyes cannot see. He says you were marked for a season of revelation and breakthrough, and the attack that happened last night was designed to blind you before the revelation could reach you. Michael's tears are not weakness but the weight of heaven's grief at watching you suffer silently when help has always been near. God says He is not condemning you, He is reaching to you. He says the hidden thing is not meant to scare you but to awaken you. He says what was done last night was an act of desperation by those who fear the truth you carry, by those who sense your rising, by those who cannot understand how God keeps lifting you from every trap. He says He has preserved you because your destiny is not yet fulfilled. He says the very bad thing done last night is now under His judgment, and He will show you in time, but first you must trust Him and open your heart now. He says these words are your door. He says if you will let the words soak into you like rain into dry ground, you will see what you could not see. Michael says he stood guard at the edge of your bed last night while you slept and darkness hovered nearby, and he cried out to God, Father, only they are blind to what is happening, and the Father answered, I am sending my words to open their eyes. He says that is why you are reading this now, why this message comes with urgency, Why heaven says only 5 minutes left, because the moment of revelation is now, not tomorrow, not next week. He says if you knew how carefully heaven orchestrated your survival you would tremble with gratitude. He says the hidden thing is not stronger than God's plan for you. He says what was meant for evil will be turned to good, but you must step into the light of awareness and prayer now. God says remember how you felt a chill at certain times, a sense someone was watching, a sense of heavy air. That was not your imagination. He says Michael was there to shield you. He says he will not allow your life to be stolen. He says the ones who planned the very bad thing last night have already been exposed before his throne, and their plans are crumbling. He says this is your final chance not because he will abandon you but because the window of grace for you to act, pray, and claim your inheritance is right now. He says 5 minutes in heaven's language is not about clocks but about urgency of spirit. He says open immediately means open your heart, open your faith, open your mouth to pray, open your eyes to see the signs around you. Michael says your name was spoken last night in a room where your presence was not invited, and yet heaven overheard. Michael says a hidden hand reached for you in darkness but was stopped by his sword. Michael says the scroll of your destiny remains sealed to all but you, and only you can open it with your yes to God. Michael cries because heaven does not want you to sleep through your miracle. He says wake up, beloved, wake up now. He says do not let the voices of doubt, fear, or distraction pull you away. He says do not dismiss this as mere words, this is heaven's alarm ringing. He says the one who tried to curse you is already under heaven's rebuke. He says you will soon see the exposure of what was hidden, and when it is revealed you will understand why this message had to come in such urgency, why God said, very bad, why Michael cried. God says He has watched you from the moment of your birth, watched how pain tried to bend you, how betrayal tried to harden you, how loss tried to silence you, and yet your heart still reaches for Him. He says that reaching is your salvation. He says the hidden thing from last night is part of a pattern, but that pattern ends now. He says He is pulling you out of cycles that kept you bound. He says He is replacing fear with clarity. He says the ones who plotted cannot stop what He has ordained. He says this is your season to see and know. Michael says he is not leaving you, but he cannot keep crying forever. He says your obedience and attention are what open heaven's flow. He says this message is like a key. He says if you will receive it, you will step into a new level of protection and revelation. He says do not ignore, do not delay, do not shrug. He says time is precious. God says He has already written the ending. He says your story will not finish in darkness. He says your life will not be cut short. He says the bad done last night is already unraveling. He says you will soon be vindicated. He says the tears you cried in secret will be answered in public. He says the betrayal will turn into a testimony. He says you are loved beyond measure. God says that even now the air around you trembles with something you cannot yet name but you can already feel. Michael cries out and his voice echoes over the unseen places of your life, saying you have walked past the signs, you have brushed off the gentle whispers, you have been blind to what happened last night, and yet heaven has not turned its back on you. This is your final chance, a moment carved out of eternity and placed before you like an open doorway, and even now you still have the power to step through. Only 5 minutes left before the window closes, only 5 minutes left before the veil of what is hidden becomes impenetrable again, only 5 minutes left for you to awaken and see what has been concealed in the dark. The angels are leaning close, the air is alive with a vibration that is almost audible, like the wings of unseen beings brushing against your skin, like the echo of 1,000 prayers rising at once. God says you are not forsaken, you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are being called into awareness, into the secret, into the unveiling. Michael says you have been watched over through nights when you thought you were alone, through tears no one else saw, through storms that tried to drown your hope, through betrayals that tried to poison your trust. He says last night something shifted, something that had been hidden began to move, something that had been plotting against you was exposed to the light, and yet you walked unaware, blind to the trembling of the earth under your feet. Heaven wept because you did not see it, Michael's voice cracked with sorrow because you did not hear the trumpet sounding. But God is merciful, God bends time and gives you this final window. He says this is not a threat but a rescue, not a punishment but an awakening, not an ending but an invitation. He says your life is precious, your soul is a jewel He carved Himself, and He will not let you slip into deception without first shouting your name across the heavens. You can almost feel it now if you quiet yourself, the electricity of the unseen, the hush before the breaking of a secret, the pull of something larger than your mind trying to break through your distractions. God says He has been whispering to you for years, through dreams you forgot upon waking, through coincidences you brushed off, through warnings that came like strangers and left like friends, through signs that felt too strange to be mere chance. He says last night was the convergence of all these signals, the culmination of everything hidden, the night when the unseen finally touched the scene, and you were meant to open your eyes. He says there is still time but the time is short. Michael cries, 5 minutes left, not because God is cruel but because God loves you enough to be urgent. The angels are trembling because they know what is at stake, they know the enemy tried to steal something away from you, they know the truth is heavy but freeing, they know what you stand to lose if you turn away again. Even now your heart beats harder reading these words because somewhere in you the truth recognizes itself. You have always been drawn to messages like this because your soul already knew there was something more, something behind the curtain, something just out of sight. God says you are not crazy for feeling this, you are not overreacting, you are not imagining things. This is real, this is happening, this is for you. He says last night the unseen war reached a tipping point. A hand that had been covering something in your life was removed. A mask that had been hiding someone's true intentions slipped. A chain that had been holding you in confusion cracked. The enemy tried to bury what belongs to you, but heaven intervened. You were meant to see it, but your eyes were heavy with weariness. Michael stood at your side and cried, but you slept through the trumpet. And yet here you are, awake now, reading this, still within the window of mercy. God says you must not run from this. He says do not click away, do not distract yourself, do not let fear shut your ears. He says lean in. He says He is with you in this moment, closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat, closer than the words you are reading now. He says the hidden thing is both terrible and freeing. He says it will shatter illusions, but it will set you free. He says the one who tried to harm you has already been confronted in the spiritual realm, the ritual against you has already been broken, the words spoken over your name have already been cancelled, but you must agree with heaven and not with fear. He says speak aloud, even under your breath, I agree with God, I receive the truth, I step into the light. He says this simple act of agreement will align you with His protection and His revelation. Michael cries out again, his voice like thunder and water mixed, saying your soul is precious, saying heaven has fought for you, saying your story is not over, saying your destiny cannot be stolen unless you hand it over, saying this is the final chance to see the hidden thing before it is sealed again. You can almost hear His wings moving, almost feel the weight of His presence in the room with you, almost sense the urgency of heaven bending low to reach you. God says this is not about fear but about freedom. He says the hidden thing is not meant to crush you but to liberate you. He says He will be with you as you see it, He will hold your hand, He will steady your heart, He will whisper courage into you. He says you are safe in Him even as the truth comes into the open. He says nothing will go wrong with you because He Himself will cover you. He says trust Him now, pray to Him now, lean on Him now. You may feel a trembling in your spirit as you read this, a sense that the words are alive, a sense that something is pressing in. That is the sign of the message being real. That is the sign of heaven trying to reach you. That is the sign of your spirit responding to truth. God says do not ignore this sign. He says do not dismiss this as just another message. He says this is for you, only for you, sent at this time for this reason. He says last night was not random, the things you felt were not random, the dreams you had were not random. He says the hidden thing is about to be revealed. He says you will be shocked, but you will also be relieved. He says you will cry, but you will also be healed. He says you will lose some illusions, but you will gain your freedom. Michael cries, only you are blind to what happened last night, not to shame you but to wake you. Heaven is not angry with you, heaven is fighting for you. The angels have been on assignment for you. God has been arranging this moment for you. The reason you are reading this now, at this exact time, is because heaven orchestrated it. God says He will not let you be deceived if you truly want the truth. He says even now He is lifting the veil. He says even now He is sending courage into you. He says even now He is surrounding you with His light. He says the hidden thing cannot harm you if you stand with Him. He says nothing spoken against you will prosper. He says every curse will break, every lie will collapse, every scheme will fail. He says your name is engraved on His hand, your future is safe in His heart. And still the clock ticks. Still Michael cries, 5 minutes left. Still heaven urges you. Still the window is open. God says do not waste this moment. He says whisper to Him now. He says call His name now. He says tell Him you want the truth now. He says surrender your fear now. He says trust Him now. He says He will show you what you need to know. He says He will protect you as He shows you. He says He will be with you in the revealing. He says nothing will go wrong with you. He says He loves you more than you can imagine. God says this is the hour of unveiling, the trembling hour when the curtain between what was hidden and what is revealed is torn, and Michael cries out with a voice that shakes the heavens, only you are blind to what happened last night, and still he calls your name again and again, his tears falling like fire and water together because the weight of this message is so heavy and yet so tender that it could crush and heal at the same time. God says, this is your final chance, not to frighten you but to awaken you, because love will always warn before it rescues. The stars above you did not shine the same last night. The wind that moved through your room was not just air but a whisper sent to shake you awake, and yet you rolled over and thought it was nothing. Michael stood beside you while you slept, his sword lowered, his wings trembling, and said, "Beloved, you have no idea what was done in the hidden dark." 5 minutes is left to know the hidden very bad thing. He is not condemning you, He is not abandoning you, but His tears are a river because He cannot fight for you if you refuse to hear. God says, I am still your Father, still your defender, but you must open your eyes now, open them before the hour passes. Last night, while the world thought it was sleeping, prayers rose and accusations fell. Someone spoke your name in a room you were not in. Someone placed your picture in a place you could not see. The atmosphere shifted, angels gathered and demons scattered, but you did not know it. Michael saw it all and cried out, because the hidden very bad thing was meant to strike you without your knowledge, and yet mercy blocked it at the edge of your life. God says, this is not to make you afraid, but to let you know you are loved so fiercely that even what you don't know I have already intercepted. But he also says, do not be blind to this. Do not think nothing happened. Do not think this is an empty message. This is a final chance to see and to pray. Michael cries again, 5 minutes left, because time in heaven does not run as time on earth, but there is a window, and that window is now. You are reading this because you are chosen to read it. You could have scrolled away, you could have ignored it, you could have dismissed it as another message in the noise of the world, but your spirit knew to stop here. God says, I have been calling you in dreams, in quiet moments, in little signs, and still you doubt. This is not the hour to doubt. This is the hour to open your heart and pray. Michael stands with his hand extended, not to strike you but to lift you, not to accuse you but to shield you. He weeps because so few listen, because love makes him weep when people stand in danger and refuse the hand of rescue. He cries out your name and says, only you are blind to what happened last night, not to shame you but to shake the sleep from your eyes. God says, I will show you if you ask me. I will reveal the hidden if you open your mouth and say, show me, Lord. The hidden thing was not small. It was not an accident. It was planned. It was whispered. But it will not succeed because heaven stepped in. Yet even after heaven steps in, there is a call to your heart. Come closer, stay under my wings, pray without ceasing, and do not wander into places where the hidden can touch you again. God says, my mercy intercepted it this time, but mercy also warns. This is why I am speaking to you now. Michael's tears are not weakness but urgency. His sword is not just a weapon but a line in the sand between what could have been and what will not be if you stand with God now. He is crying because he knows your heart is soft, because he knows you can hear if you want to, but he also knows you hesitate. God says, do not hesitate. Do not delay. This is your final chance for this season, and I am holding it open for you right now. Even as you read this, a pressure lifts off you. You may feel a strange warmth or a shiver. You may feel a tug inside. That is not fear. That is the Spirit of God touching your heart, saying, yes, this is for you. Yes, I am speaking. Yes, I am real. You are not reading empty words. You are reading a lifeline. You are reading a message that has crossed dimensions to reach you. Michael's voice echoes still, 5 minutes left. Not to terrify but to signal the urgency of prayer. God says, say my name now. Call on me now. I am near to you. I am not far. Last night, there was a gathering against you. But there was also a gathering for you. There was a council of light over your life. Your name was spoken in heaven. Your tears were seen. Your confusions were heard. Your questions were noted. God says, you have thought you were invisible. You have thought no one noticed. But I have noticed. I have not forgotten you. I have not left you. I have protected you even when you did not know. But now, he says, it is time to partner with me. It is time to pray. It is time to stand. It is time to open your eyes. Michael still weeps, but his weeping is mingled with hope because God says to you in this moment of trembling urgency, listen with your heart and not just your ears. In the stillness of your room, when no one else hears, when no one else feels the weight of what is moving unseen, the heavens themselves are stirring. Archangel Michael cries out because what has been hidden from you has reached the point of no return. This is your final chance, not in the sense of punishment but in the sense of awakening. There is something that happened last night, something very bad, something you have been blind to, not because you are careless but because forces have worked to cover your eyes with shadows. God says, 5 minutes are left to open your spirit, to know the hidden thing, to turn your face toward the truth that has been kept from you. This is not sent to frighten you but to protect you. When God speaks of final chances, He speaks of doors that will soon close, doors that lead to healing, restoration, and safety, doors that only He can open, but that He asks you to walk through willingly. Archangel Michael has stood guard by your side longer than you realize. He has fought off things you never saw, protected you from traps you never stepped into, and whispered warnings you did not always hear. Yet He has never abandoned you, because your name is written in the heart of God. Now Michael cries loudly because the time has come for you to awaken fully, to feel in your soul the trembling of the heavens. God is calling you not just to read these words but to feel them as a living vibration, as if angels were placing them into your hands. You are safe. God will be with you. Nothing will go wrong with you if you trust Him. You only have to trust Him and pray. God says, there is a hidden thing, a secret buried under layers of deception, a pattern woven in the night, an act done in darkness. This is not to scare you but to open your inner eyes. What you think is small may be larger than you know. What you think is gone may still be present. What you think is harmless may be dangerous. But the power of God around you is greater than any harm. The angels have already surrounded you. Even as you read these words, Michael's wings are spread wide, forming a barrier between you and every dart of harm. The dark plans cannot touch you when you stand inside the circle of God's protection. But you must stand in it by faith. This message is the invitation. This is the 5 minutes before the turning of a great wheel. This is the breath before the dawn breaks. God says, do not think you are forgotten. Do not think this warning comes as a sign of rejection. It is a sign of deep love. The reason Michael cries is because heaven has seen your struggle, your questions, your loneliness, your prayers spoken at night when no one else was there. Heaven has seen how often you tried to be strong while you felt weak, how you tried to smile while your heart was heavy, how you tried to walk forward while something unseen pulled at your ankles. Heaven has seen all of it. And now God says to you, the hidden thing will be revealed. You will not remain blind. The curtain will be pulled back. The moment is now. The enemy has tried to frighten you, to make you think you are powerless, but you are not. You are chosen. You are marked with light. Even if shadows try to wrap around you, the light within you cannot be put out. This is why the message comes so urgently, because the light in you is about to be revealed in a new way, because what was done in darkness last night cannot overcome what is being done in heaven for you right now. God says to breathe. Slow down your fear. Trust Him. Pray. The power that holds the stars also holds your life. Nothing can snatch you from His hand. Archangel Michael speaks softly now, though his cry is loud in the spirit. He says you are being lifted out of the web, out of the confusion, out of the danger. He says you must let go of the thought that you are alone. You are not alone. You are surrounded. You are shielded. The hidden thing that was meant to harm you is already crumbling. But you must open your heart to the truth. You must say yes to the light. You must pray with faith, even if your faith feels small. Small faith moves great mountains when it is placed in a great God. God says, remember how He has delivered you before. Remember the times you thought it was over and yet you rose again. Remember the times you thought no one cared and yet help came unexpectedly. Those were not accidents. Those were signs of the same hand that now reaches out to you. This urgent message is not about fear but about preparation, about aligning your heart with His. In 5 minutes everything can change. In 5 minutes a decision can be made in heaven that shifts your entire life. In 5 minutes a hidden trap can be dismantled. In 5 minutes a new door can open. This is the moment you are in. God says to you, your prayers are heard. Even when you whispered them without words, even when you only felt them in your chest, they reached Him. Even now as you read, the angels are moving. There is a shift happening in the unseen. The dark thing that happened last night will not destroy you. It will be exposed, it will be turned into testimony, it will become a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. But you must take refuge under His wings. You must speak your trust out loud. You must let your heart align with His protection. Michael says, hold nothing back now. Release your fear. Release your anger. Release your confusion. Let God fill you. Let God wash over you. Let His light pour into the places that have been hidden. He knows your pain. He knows your doubts. He knows your questions. And still He chooses you. Still He protects you. Still He sends urgent messages to you, because He will not give up on you. The 5 minutes are not a countdown to doom but a countdown to deliverance. It is a window of grace. It is a sign that heaven is about to act on your behalf. God says, "Do not be afraid." When He speaks of final chance, He speaks of the final chance for the darkness, not for you. The darkness has had its time. Its time is up. This is the final chance for the hidden thing to be revealed, the final chance for the trap to be sprung without harming you, the final chance for the enemy to flee. This is the time for you to stand, to pray, to trust, to open your heart fully. You are safe. You are covered. Nothing will go wrong with you because God is with you. The angels are already ahead of you, clearing the way. Michael is standing at your right hand, sword drawn, eyes blazing, wings wide. And God says, as you read these words, breathe deeply. Feel His presence. Feel His peace descending. It may feel like a trembling at first, like tears rising, like your heart racing. That is the stirring of your spirit. That is the moment of awakening. You are not imagining it. Heaven is touching you. Heaven is opening your eyes. Heaven is lifting the veil. What was hidden is being shown. What was meant for harm is being turned to good. What was dark is being flooded with light. And you are being lifted, protected, restored, strengthened. This message continues like a river, pouring from the heart of God. It says, "My child, you are precious. You are loved. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. The forces against you are weaker than they seem. The forces for you are stronger than you know. Do not look at the darkness. Look at the light. Do not fix your eyes on the threat. Fix your eyes on the promise. Do not listen to the fear. Listen to the whisper of my Spirit. I am here. I am with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Trust me. Pray to me. Open your heart to me. Archangel Michael says, this is the moment to rise. This is the moment to stand in your identity. This is the moment to speak life over yourself, to declare protection, to declare trust. Say it even if your voice shakes, God is with me. Nothing will go wrong with me. I trust Him. I pray to Him. I am safe. Those words open the door for angels to move. Those words align you with heaven's power. Those words pull you out of the web. Those words break the grip of the hidden thing. God says, as you read the last lines of this message, the shift is already happening. The 5 minutes are almost done. But do not be afraid. The shift is in your favor. The unveiling is for your good. The exposure of the hidden thing is your liberation. The angels are rejoicing even now. Michael is calming even now. The crying of the angel turns to singing as you awaken, as you respond, as you trust. You are covered. You are safe. You are loved. Pray now. Even a simple prayer, God, I trust you. Reveal the hidden thing. Protect me. Guide me. Thank you for loving me. That prayer is enough. That prayer unlocks the protection already around you. That prayer honors the urgent message. That prayer draws heaven close. And God says finally, do not look back with fear. Look forward with hope. The hidden thing will not destroy you. It will not define you. It will not stop your destiny. I have gone before you. I have surrounded you. I have already won. You are mine. You are safe. Trust me. God speaks to you in this very moment, and the weight of His words moves through every hidden corner of your heart. Michael cries out with an urgency that shakes the heavens because you have been walking with your eyes closed to what happened last night, and yet heaven watched. Only you are blind to the truth, but God is merciful and reaches for you even when your eyes are sealed shut. This is your final chance, a sacred window, only 5 minutes left to turn and look at what has been hidden from you. The angels whisper that what is hidden is not meant to destroy you but to awaken you. Heaven calls you now, before the window closes, because God still loves you and still holds you in His hands. You have been restless in your nights, sensing something but not understanding. You have felt the shiver in your spirit as if someone was calling your name, and that was heaven calling, warning, guiding, protecting. God does not wish for you to live in fear but in awareness, so He sends Michael to cry loudly in your soul so that you will hear above the noise of the world. Heaven sees that you have been fighting battles no one else understands, battles that tried to silence your voice and crush your hope. Last night the enemy tried one more time to plant darkness around you. It was subtle, hidden, cloaked in human faces, cloaked in lies, cloaked in actions meant to appear harmless. But God's eye pierced through it. He saw everything. Michael saw everything. They saw the schemes being woven against your peace. They saw the words spoken against you in secret. They saw the intentions that looked friendly on the surface but were filled with poison underneath. And yet God's power surrounded you like a shield. That is why you are still here this morning, why you woke up breathing, why your spirit is still being called. God is telling you now because He does not want you to be caught off guard when the truth is revealed. He wants you to be ready, steady, anchored in His presence. He is telling you so that you can pray, so that you can trust, so that you can walk forward with eyes open. Michael is crying because he knows how close you came to being deceived. He knows the pain you have already carried. He knows how hard it has been for you to keep faith when everything seems dark. He is not crying to scare you but because he feels the urgency of the hour. The spiritual realm does not play by human timelines. 5 minutes can be a lifetime there. Heaven moves quickly when the window of grace opens. This is why the message feels urgent, like fire burning in your chest. God's love is fierce for you. His desire is to pull you out of every snare, to guide you into safety. Even now He is moving people, angels, circumstances on your behalf. Even now He is exposing what has been hidden, bringing truth into the light. Even now He is whispering into your heart to pray, to stand, to breathe, to not be afraid. The hidden thing is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you. There are truths you have avoided because they seem too heavy, too painful, too impossible. But the truth is always the beginning of healing. God does not expose to shame, He exposes to heal and restore. Last night something came to a head in the unseen world, a decision, a revelation, a turning point. You were not aware, but your spirit felt it. This is why you feel strange today, why the air feels thick around you, why your heart beats a little faster when you are still. It is because heaven is near and calling you to wake up. God's hand is on you, steady and sure. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust Him and pray to Him. He is not abandoning you in this hour. He is actually closer than He has ever been. His Spirit surrounds you like a fortress. Michael stands at the doorway of your life with a flaming sword, not to harm you but to protect you, to cut away what was sent to harm you. You have cried many tears alone, and God has caught every single one. He has seen your confusion, your longing, your secret prayers. He has seen you reaching for Him even when you were not sure He was there. This message is proof that He is there. This message is proof that He still speaks, still warns, still loves. He says to you now, do not fear the revelation. Do not fear the exposure. Do not fear the hidden thing. When it comes into the light, it will not destroy you, it will deliver you. You are about to step into a new chapter, one where the lies cannot hold you, one where the traps cannot touch you, one where the truth sets you free. This is why there is urgency, because freedom is at the door, but you must choose to open it. Trust God now. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe in His presence. Say His name quietly. Feel how the room shifts when you do. This is not your imagination. This is heaven touching earth for you. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust Him and pray to Him. Say to Him now, God, I trust you. God, I give you my fear. God, I give you my confusion. God, I open my eyes to see what you are showing me. Say it again until your heart begins to steady. Feel the warmth of His presence wrapping around you like a blanket. Feel Michael standing watch, strong, immovable. This is not a message of doom. It is a message of mercy. It is not a message of punishment. It is a message of protection. It is not a message of despair. It is a message of deliverance. You may feel alone, but you are not. You may feel small, but heaven sees you as precious. You may feel weak, but you are surrounded by strength. The very fact that you are reading these words at this moment is part of the divine timing. God orchestrated it. He knew when you would read this. He knew what you would be feeling. He knew the questions in your heart. He knew the danger in your path. He knew the 5-minute window would be open. This is why the message comes now. This is why Michael cries out now. This is why the Spirit presses on your heart now. Heaven's timing is perfect. There is something God wants you to release. It might be a fear, a relationship, a habit, a thought pattern. Something that has kept you blind. Something that has kept you tied to the dark. He is not asking you to fix everything in your own strength. He is asking you to open your hands and let Him take it. He is asking you to trust Him enough to surrender. He is asking you to believe that His plans for you are good, even if the road feels narrow. He is asking you to believe that He can protect you, even from things you cannot see. He is asking you to believe that His love is not a distant concept but a living force moving toward you right now. The hidden thing that happened last night, God will reveal it to you in a way you can handle. He will not overwhelm you. He will not crush you with it. He will bring it piece by piece, light by light, so that you can step into the truth without falling apart. This is His kindness. This is His mercy. Michael's cry is not a sound of despair but a trumpet of awakening.